contest is going for is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle. I'm Big Al. That guy right there is my partner, my friend, my broadcast colleague in 3WA. Anyway, Professor. And we are here to talk about this Saturday night, Professor, the 3WA Resolution Rumble. And I gotta say, in my opinion, and you can disagree with me if you want, if it's not the biggest event in 3WA calendar, it's one of the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is our second annual show. I think nothing really can top the anniversary show. That's our WrestleMania. But, man, the Resolution Rumble last year, it was for a title shot anytime during that calendar year. Our winner, of course, not successful against the champion he chose to oppose, your friend and my nemesis, JT Cage. Who thankfully is conspicuous by his absence. Maybe we'll go the whole show with no JT Cage. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be a great change of pace?
Well, listen, first off, no, that would not be a change of pace. He was the original host of the 3WA pre-show. Even though this is Around the Turnbuckle, this is an official 3WA pre-show that we normally do on the noon day of the show. But it was Mr. Cage's idea to do it tonight. However, circumstances beyond his control, he is not here with us tonight. But if you keep saying his name, Professor, you just don't know. You just might not know what he'll show up. And but again, 3WA is live at the Q Mart in Quakertown this Saturday and the 4th Saturday of every month. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time's at 7. General admission's $20. Come out, man. Come down to Quakertown and hang out with us. We have a great time commentating. We have a great time calling the action. 3WA is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And the Resolution Rumble this year is for the vacant 3WA Extreme Championship, Professor.
Absolutely.
So it's a huge prize for the winner. And it's over-the-top rope rules. If you guys like the WWE Royal Rumble, it's a lot like that. 2 guys will start the match, and every couple of minutes, another wrestler will come down to the ring. We have not yet been privy to the number of wrestlers that will be involved. It could be 10, it could be 15, we don't know. It could be more than that. But we do know a bit of the card, and Keith and I will talk about that in a minute. But before we talk about that, Vice President Demetrius Arion has given Keith and I the news that there will be a big charity event held on Saturday, April the 13th in Upper Southampton Recreation Center in Southampton, PA. All proceeds will benefit the Hebrew Association of the Deaf, the HAD. It is sponsored by Goldsteins, Rosenbergs, Raphael Sachs Incorporated, and it is a huge event for 3WA. Everyone involved with that event is excited to do this for a great cause, the Hebrew Association of the Deaf. And again, that date, save that date. There's the poster right there in front of you. It is Saturday, April the 13th. You can contact 3WA for tickets. The number for that is the same as the number as if you were going to Quakertown. Call that number and reserve your seats for that big event, April 13th. Saturday, April 13th in Southampton, PA, which is a stone's throw away from Quakertown. So just get in touch with 3WA for tickets on either their social media and or call that phone number, which is not at the bottom of the screen as I say that, but I'll put it up there later. Yes, absolutely. So again, this Saturday, Professor, we start off, and this is in no particular order. The over the top rope battle royal for the Extreme Championship. The first time ever. Well, it's actually the second annual Resolution Rumble, but it's the first time that they have a championship defended, or championship that we are guaranteed a brand new 3WA Extreme champion, vacated by the former champion Alan Clayball, who unfortunately was pinned by two competitors at the last show. Therefore, management has vacated that championship, and it is up for grabs at the Rumble. Do you have any favorites, Professor? Not that you know who's in it, because we really don't. They haven't really.
I mean, we don't know who's in it. We know JT Cage has been running his mouth all over social media and saying
His name.
I think I'm up to 2, as long as I don't do it 3 times. It's like Beetlejuice rules. If you don't say it 3 times, he can't show up.
Hello, David. Hello, Chris. Hello, Classic Johnny Potter.
Yes, indeed. My other nemesis.
Valor and CCW returns to York next Saturday. Yes.
Yeah,
they are doing
Town. Get out to Valor and CCW. Great organization.
Absolutely. And David, I'm going to go back to your comment here. SWO last night was off the hook. Off the hook. The Professor called the action. I was in the ring doing the ring announcing for that event. We have a brand new SWO Unlimited champion in the form of Trace Parker. Too Nice Trace Parker. Congratulations to him. In dethroning
champion.
In dethroning Tim Rush. And yes, Merrick Miami lost his championship to Kimberly Spirit. And she is the new uprising champion in SWO. So congratulations to her as well. And everybody involved last night. It was a fantastic show. Yep. But we're here tonight to talk about the 3WA this Saturday in Quakertown. You got to get there. It's the 3WA Resolution Rumble. It's always a good time. But besides the Rumble, Professor, we have some matches.
We do.
That and I mean, 3WA has announced.
We don't know who's going to be in it, obviously, beyond the man whose name I won't say 3 times because I don't want him to show up.
You did say.
We know he'll be in it. I would imagine anyone, because I know, as usual, you've, of course, buried the lead for your favorites due to the fact that Alan Clayball would politic and shenanigans and everything else that, frankly, the ranking system for the Extreme title was so messed up that management knows the rules are a 2 out of 3 falls match or a triple threat match for that championship. However, because the rankings were left in such disarray, because you practically had to threaten Alan Clayball at gunpoint to come to shows and defend that championship, the rankings are just completely messed up. Management had no idea how to put together a tournament or a triple threat match or anything. So they said, you know what? Screw it. We've got the Resolution Rumble. Let's throw the doors wide open. A new year, new opportunity. I'm excited for it. And, you know, also, too, we do know that there's at least one fan out there trying to make sure that a certain someone does not, under any circumstances, win that match.
If you're referring to Mr. Mike Bucciaroni, I think that Mr. Mike Bucciaroni is going to eat his words when the ruiner of it all ruins everybody's Resolution Rumble and retroactively throws everybody over the top rope.
Well, we shall see. Let's face it, nobody likes that man. He is about as popular in that locker room as Jock Itch. If he winds up coming in early, like he did last year. Remember what happened last year? He drew, I think, number 3 or number 4 and wound up on the wrong side of the roadblock and Jack Molson, and they could destroy him for about 5 minutes solid. And look, I'll give the devil his due. He did very well. He recovered. He came back. He almost won that match. But in the end, he could not overcome the fact that basically if none of his running buddies draw a number close to him to have his back, he is going to be a marked man, and he may have a very, very short time in that Resolution Rumble.
I think you're right. There's always a target on the back of JT Cage. You're absolutely right. I can't deny that. But hopefully he gets a better number draw than number 3. And hopefully he's in there with a little bit different competition than Roadblock and Jack Molson. I hope. One can hope. We'll see. And don't ever forget the Hat Guy. I'm sure he's got a game plan. But there's other matches. For the number 1 contender for the Tag Team Championships, currently held by Anton Nathan and Damian Dante, the Outcast. We have, sorry it's covered out there, sorry about that, but we have Nice and Smooth, Tom Mitchell and Trace Parker versus Abdul Sadiq and his brother Lou Nick. Again, we've seen this match, Professor. We've seen this match last month, and it was a draw. We've seen it a couple times now, and it just seems to me that these teams are very, very hungry for a tag team championship opportunity, so much so that they're willing to destroy each other in order to get there. It's hard for me to pick a winner here because I have respect for both of these tag teams in and out of the ring. These guys are young. These guys are hungry. These guys, it's, to me, it's the perfect storm for a great heated rivalry between them, but something's got to give. And, where do you see this match going, do you think?
I mean, it's going to be tough, right? We know Nice and Smooth are getting reps just about everywhere, all across the independent scene here in Pennsylvania. We know that Abdul Sadiq and Lou Nick have wrestled each other to a draw several times in 3WA, now forming an unholy alliance to try to take out the tag team division. And they could well do it. Nick and Sadiq, of course, also more in the New York area, are known as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a happening. It's going to be very, very tough to predict it, and it's going to be whoever wants it more. But in my mind, you have to remember, Trace Barker also keeps up a very grueling schedule as a singles, and as we alluded to, he is now the new SWO Unlimited Champion. I called that match. I know what he had to go through to win that matchup. You have to ask yourself, is a week enough time to get back to 100%, especially against athletes the caliber of Sadiq and Nick?
Right. I tend to agree with you there. But I mean, the X factor there is that, both of those guys, Parker and Mitchell, are always game, no matter what condition they're in. And even if they're, even if they're both at 75 or 80%, I would take Nice and Smooth at 75 and 80% versus a lot of teams in 3WA and other federations as well. So don't discount them. I think that they have a great shot at this match. But again, it might be a pick the bone situation for Sadiq and Nick. We'll find out quickly in that match, but I really think it's going to be a really good confrontation. And the winner of that gets a shot at the 3WA Tag Team Championships. A newcomer coming, Professor, in the form of Trevor Terry. I don't know much about him, but he's coming in to face the high-valued man, Rico Hendricks, and anybody who has faced the high-valued man, Rico Hendricks, as a little worse for the wear, I should say, on the other end of that match. Again, it's easy money to pick Rico Hendricks here. I would jump on Rico Hendricks beating a lot of people, and I'd put money down on it right now. But I don't know anything about Trevor Terry, and neither do you, and neither does Rico Hendricks. So I hope that Rico Hendricks and perhaps Dazzling Derek, if they get together and they do their research before Saturday, because if they don't, they could be in for an upsetting night.
Absolutely. I mean, Trevor Terry, I did do a little research on him. He's making the rounds. throughout Pennsylvania, working for some big promotions there. I believe he's even worked for CZW a little bit. So Trevor Terry, really a huge opportunity to make a name for himself. We know what Rico Hendricks is capable of. We know what Rico Hendricks has done in 3WA and elsewhere. I mean, if I'm Trevor Terry, I'm looking at this as just a great opportunity to make a statement in his debut. But to your point, you can never count Rico Hendricks out. For every rotten, terrible thing you can say about him, and he deserves it. He knows it. He is a high performance athlete with just a motor that won't quit. And of course, the X factor on the outside, dazzling Derek Benish, who is absolutely in no way, shape, or form above getting involved in his clients' matchups.
Well, it'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see Trevor Terry in action for the first time, and we'll see what he's got. But I wouldn't bet against the high-valued man. Theo Ivory, freshly coming off of finally conquering his demon known as Wyndham James Winthorpe III, will take on young Kai Thomas, the newest member of the original family. Again, most wrestling fans of 3WA know that I sympathize with the original family, and the professor sympathizes with Theo Ivory. So you explain to me why you think Theo Ivory is going to win this match, and then I'll explain to you why I think Kai Thomas is going to win this match. Go ahead.
Theo Ivory defeated his longtime nemesis, Wyndham James Winthorpe III. Yes, I know. I got involved. But Theo Ivory won that match on his own merit. Theo Ivory is a former tag team champion. Theo Ivory is a former high impact champion. Theo Ivory is the longest reigning We Want Wrestling Tea Time champion in history. In history, he's the longest reigning champion with that championship. He may be the longest reigning champion in professional wrestling today with that championship. Theo Ivory and Kai Thomas has a record more checkered than his morally bankrupt. I can't. I can't with that kid. I can't. Kai Thomas is in for the beating of his life. He's looking, I think he's still looking for his first win, isn't he?
Yeah. He has had some stiff competition. He has taken on, the roadblock. Obviously, he has taken on he was in the beginning, he was just trying to impress his way into the original family. And then the nail in the coffin, so to speak, was when he, turned on his own father to prove to that guy that he's willing to do anything to be in the original family. Because he knows, whether you want to admit it or not, that the hack guy leads you to championships. No matter how he does it, he finds a way. He is very, very intelligent, and he always thinks, moves ahead and shows ahead, and he has a plan for Kai Thomas. He wants to make Kai Thomas into a star, and when the hack guy wants to do something, he wanted to make JT Cage the best hardcore champion of all time. He did that.
It was an 80-20 split.
And Top Shelf Tyler Sims left the original family on his own accord, and that's fine. But Top Shelf Tyler Sims making room in the original family for not only his own son, but now the original family, as far as I can tell, is out there recruiting. So you don't know who might want to join the original family, and it's their choice. If they want to go with a wrestling mind who's been around this business for over 40 years and can get you to where you want to go in this business, if you listen to him. And Kai Thomas, I'm not saying he's going to beat the crap out of Theo Ivory. I have all the respect in the world for Theo Ivory and what Theo Ivory's been through. Sure. But what a huge win for him if he were to conquer this, if he were to somehow pull off a W against someone the caliber of Theo Ivory, somebody who is in the eyes of the management as far as the championship committee is concerned, if he were to pull off this victory over Theo Ivory, everyone would forget about those losses that he's been mounting up, and he'd be right in the mix and right where the hat guy wants him to be.
Al, I know you take your envelopes in the original family, but put down the pipe, put down the bottle. Tyler Sims did not leave the original family of his own accord. Tyler Sims was jumped out of the original family and attacked and assaulted by his own ungrateful offspring. Let's tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tyler Sims simply wanted to be a fighting champion and win the championship on his own and defend the championship on his own. And of course, that didn't work for the hat guy, because the hat guy has a problem that most of us master in kindergarten. The concept of keeping our hands to ourselves.
Let me save you. Let me save you right now. Okay. This is me being a friend, Professor, because you done run your mouth enough. You've done run your mouth about the hat guy. You've done run your mouth about JT Cage. And if you don't believe me, you can hear it for yourself.
Oh, my God. Why?
I heard all that you said. I heard everything you said, Keith. Professor. You think you smart. You think you know everything. I should have slapped the taste out of your mouth a few months ago. Yeah. Now you got nothing to say. You're damn right. Tell him,
All I know is this Saturday night in Quakertown, I got Kai Thomas, who is very grateful, and the ruiner of it all, JT Cage, in that Resolution Rumble. The original family will prevail.
No. Let me tell you something, Keith. You talk about how, we turned Tyler Sims' own flesh and blood against him. No, maybe he had it in him already, and he got woke. He got woken up. That's what happened. Like, you need to get woken up. You still looking at me all stupidly with your glasses and hair.
And what the people don't know is Top Shelf tried to tell me where to stand at ringside. Don't do this. Don't do that. I am in charge of the original family. I am in charge of the original family. So, hey, you got what was coming to you, and your own flesh and blood did it to you. And I loved every minute of it. Ha!
Now,
Gentlemen,
go ahead, say what you're going to say.
Gentlemen, it was, that was the point I was trying to make to the professor, was that if Kai Thomas was willing to do that to his own flesh and blood to be in the original family, how can you not trust that kid now to be in the original family and do whatever it takes to stay in the original family and listen to the hat guy and on his way to glory, because he made a very wise decision to join the original family?
Let me tell you, Kai Thomas made a great endeavor with joining the original family. What Kai Thomas sees is what everyone is seeing now with what happened with me with joining the original family. When me and Hat Guy got together, remember before people used to call me a jobber, people used to call me this and that, and then with this man by my side, I was a 2-year hardcore champion.
That's right, baby.
You know what I mean? I've headlined some of these shows. I've done all kinds of things.
Co-holder of the tag team championship as well.
Tell him.
With that ingrate Top Shelf Tyler Sims.
I brought Top Shelf to the top shelf, and now he bottom shelf. He well water because he's an ingrate.
And that World Heavyweight Championship that's around your waist, you might as well kiss that goodbye, because the original family in 2024 is going to have all the gold, baby. You know, everyone thinks that when we lost everything, we're going to fall apart. We're going to disband. We're going to do this. And no. That only made us stronger. And with this evil mind behind pure greatness, they're done. That's right, baby. Behind pure greatness.
Pure greatness. He's talking about me, Professor Keith. He's talking about me. So let me tell you right now, right behind us is where I'm sending every competitor in that Rumble. You see what this is? You see it? Do you see it, Professor? It's an ambulance.
And you could be riding in it, Professor Keith.
It's a new year. Your apology means nothing in the year of 2024, in the year of the original family, in the year of Cage.
That's right, baby.
Well,
gentlemen, try me. I am not playing anymore. I will win the Extreme Championship and Top Shelf. I'm not done with you yet. I might be JT 2 belts again.
And I'm not holding him back. I'm not holding him back. I'm willing to pay the fines if this man gets completely out of hand, because it'll be worth it.
This is the year of the original family. I'm not.
Mr. Cage,
what?
If I may.
Yes, you may. You may.
Since I have you guys here, I have a message for you from an old rivalry, and I will play that footage right now.
Wow. Wow. Oh, all right. I will give him that. It was a good movie trailer. But he left out some of the stuff about how many times I've beaten him. Yes, the last time we have fought JCM, you beat me because you had Wolfman help you. This is a new level. If this was a video game, we are done with level 1. We are on level 2, 3, and 4, and I am the main boss you must beat. I am sick of this. That video was awesome, but screw you, JCM. It was one-sided.
JCM, you know, your little presentation there, that was pretty interesting.
It was cool,
but you know what? We're not running, we're not ducking, we're not going anywhere. This is the year 2024 will be the year of the original family coming back to get what is rightfully yours. And that's every belt in the company.
Everyone, all the belts. I want all of them. I'm going to cut myself short. JCM, why don't you get from the bottom and come to the top and fight King Kong? Me. Because, like, I'm, you know what? I left you way behind. Back in those days, yeah, we had some battles. Then I won the hardcore title. And where were you? On the shelf for a year and a half. Get out of my face. You think you deserve? You should. He don't deserve. He don't deserve to fight me. Ever. Ever.
It's confirmed he's in the Rumble. Just letting you know.
He's in the Rumble?
Yeah.
He in the Rumble? He in the Rumble? Along with the Bad Girls and whoever else. Keith might be in it. I'm going to throw him. I can't wait till Keith comes out. When Keith comes out in that Rumble.
If Professor leaves the broadcast booth and he's one of the entrants in the Rumble, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like a
Keith, I got something special for you in that Rumble, boy. I got something special for you. You want to rumble with the big dogs? You go rumble with the big dogs.
Hey, I don't know who's going to be drawing 1, 2, 3, 20, or whatever number, but I know the end result. I know in my heart the end result. Either JT Cage or Kai Thomas, and if it happens to be both of them in the ring at the same time, we'll make that decision at that time. But the original family will prevail. I guarantee it.
Stop me. Stop me in the year of Cage. Lots of people are going down in this ambulance. Stop me. This is the year of Cage, whether you like it or not, Professor Keith. Al, you're cool sometimes, but Professor Keith, I'm not done with you. I heard everything you said before I came onto this broadcast. You want to talk about me. Now, how dare you? Fix your face.
That's right. You will pay for that slap to the face of this man. He still feels that slap.
You know what? Because, yeah, I had to get it looked at.
You're just an announcer. Just remember that. Don't you ever try to interfere in anything that the original family does again.
I'm so glad Wyndham put hands on him. I'm glad Wyndham did.
Because, Alan, you will be looking for a new co-host.
Yes, it might be me. I'm a wrestler and commentate. We don't need Keith.
Okay.
Keith, say something. Don't stare at me looking stupid. Say something.
I did have a journalistic question for you guys.
What?
Since you said you're going to win all the gold this year, which one of you is going for the women's title?
So I'm sick of this right now. I'm sick of this right now.
Don't worry about the ladies' title. Believe me, in the back of my mind, I've been negotiating a few things. I'm not gonna just like say the whole year out in one night. You're just gonna have to come and see. And these stupid, illiterate Quakertown fans are just gonna have to come and see what the original family's gonna do month after month, week after week.
Oh, but no, it's not just Quakertown now. But, oh, breaking news. Now we're going to be in Upper Southampton.
That's right.
Upper Southampton. Hello. My name is the root of it all, JT Cage. This here is the original hack guy. We're coming for your souls.
In Southampton, you better be ready because the original family is coming and we're taking over that little pipsqueak city of yours.
We don't care for the fun rate. We don't care about nothing. We win with everything in us. We win by any means necessary. Southampton, you're not ready for people like us. You ain't ready for the original family, but you gonna get it. You gonna get it. And then instead of ambulance, it's gonna say Southampton ambulance. They're gonna be there. That's what we do. That's what we do. This is the year of 2024, and I am
Calm down.
You'll be all right.
Save your energy for Saturday. In my opinion, Professor, I hope you learned your lesson. And number two, the original, and JT Cage, my prediction, will be the brand new 3WA Extreme Champion on Saturday. That's my opinion.
Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. And you know what? I think we finally agree on something.
Yeah, Keith over there talking about some JCM videos. Like, get out of my face. Out of my face. Talk about some JCM. JCM wrong. Get out of here. Resolution. I keep saying revolution. Resolution Rumble is my Rumble.
That's all right,
Let's
baby.
rumble, boy. Let's rumble. Because you know what? Last year in the Resolution Rumble, I was in there with the Brotherhood. I went toe-to-toe with the Brotherhood. Okay? They tried to whip me. But they ain't whipped me good enough. And then I eliminated them both. It don't matter. Come at me. Come at me. I dare any of you in that locker room to come at me. JT Cage, the ruler of it all. I dare any of you to try to throw me over that top rope. Because you won't. You won't get it. Nah. Instead, all y'all gonna look stupid in the back like, damn. We couldn't beat JT Cage. He's so far superior than me.
This Saturday night in Quakertown, baby, it's going to be a happening. You fans, buy your tickets. Make sure you get there early because you won't want to miss the greatest faction in the history of 3WA, and that is the original family. Do what we do best. And we're coming back. And like I said, by the end of the year, we want all the belts.
All the gold. All of this. All of this.
Because
all
let me tell you something. The original hat guy is an addict.
And
I am an addict. I'm an addict for gold.
For gold.
And gold
Gold.
is what we're going to get.
You know what?
Get that in your thick head there, Keith.
Draped in gold. Draped in gold. Draped in gold. Draped in gold.
All right. I can't. Even I can't take that anymore. All right. So, Professor, if anything, I hope you learned to, watch what you say about those guys because they listen at all times.
I'm a broadcast journalist with a First Amendment right, and JT Cage needs to let it go already. Management mediated this. We paid our fines. He got his apology.
Yeah.
What more does the man need? What is it
know.
going to take for him to let things go?
If you could be a little bit more objective. I mean, you are very harsh on everything you say about the original family in general.
And they deserve
You never ever say anything that they do when they do something, I'm not saying good, but when they do something well.
I was going to say, when did they ever do anything good?
They don't do good things. They do things well. They're very good at their job. They're very good. They're very talented. And Hat Guy's a brilliant mind. And Cage has benefited from that. And now Kai Thomas will benefit from that. And as you've heard, their goal in 2024 is by the end of the year, they're holding up all the titles. And to answer your question from before, how do you know they haven't been in talks with female talent to take down Autumn Breeze?
I don't. I've heard rumors.
Okay, well,
rumors for some time, but
speaking of Autumn Breeze,
as of yet.
Speaking of Autumn Breeze, she will be defending the 3WA Women's Championship that she took back from the Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar, and she is back with the gold, back on top of the mountain in the women's division, and she will take on All-American Ashley. Now, these two wrestled each other a few times in front of us, Professor. We've called matches between the two, and they've always been rather competitive.
Yes, they have. And in fact, I believe All-American Ashley holds a win over Autumn Breeze, which is what put her in contention first in line for this title shot.
Makes sense. Absolutely. I'm not going to bet against Autumn Breeze because every time I do, she proves me wrong, except for that one time where Tiffany Avatar beat her. But other than that, All-American Ashley, like you said, she knows what it takes to beat her. She has done it. So All-American Ashley could be holding up the gold at the end of the night on Saturday. But again, fans, get your damn tickets. Call the numbers. Go on social media. Go on 3WA's Facebook page. Reserve your seats. Get in touch with Vice President Katie Cahagas. Get in touch with Vice. What's that?
And I said, if all else fails, get there early. There will still be some tickets available at the door. There usually are, but don't take the risk. Reserve in advance.
Yeah. Right. Also, Professor, we have the 3WA Carnage Championship and the 3WA High Impact Championship. Title for title. The Dude versus Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes just got that title from JCM recently. And the Dude has defended all comers since we crowned him, you and I, big moment for you and I to be in the ring with the Dude when he was the inaugural Carnage champion. And he has defended it against all comers since at every 3WA show. Does the Dude walk out as the Dude 2 belts?
It very well could happen. I mean, we know what the dude's capable of. We know the amazing run that he has been on, undisputedly 3WA's Rookie of the Year last year. A rookie season unparalleled. I think you have to go back to Brock Lesnar almost to find a rookie season as good as the dude had in the 3WA. That being said, Cody Rhodes is a master of championship matches. He's also one of the dirtiest players in the game. See how he won that 3WA High Impact title from JCM. Cody Rhodes has worked a long time to finally get gold in 3WA, and I'm pretty sure you may have to kill him to be able to take it away from him at this point.
Dude versus Cody Rhodes is going to be a happening. I agree with you. Cody Rhodes, man, for the past year and a half, 2 years, has had this hunger for gold in 3WA. He has been against every champion, the heavyweight champion, the extreme champion, like wherever he could insert himself. He even went and got a partner and tried to get the tag team championships a few times. And against JT Cage when he was hardcore champion, he wanted a title so badly. And when he finally did that, I was so happy and proud of Cody, and I think Cody is not ready to relinquish the High Impact Championship, even if it is against the dude. And as you always tell me, right next to me in commentary, Dudamania is running wild. Sure, the fans love the dude, but nothing would please Cody Rhodes more than to make the fans go home crying that their hero, the dude, lost the 3WA Carnage. And listen, you and I do Carnage. What a representative of the Carnage Championship would Cody Rhodes make? That'd be fantastic.
I mean, there's certainly an F word I could use for that. I don't think it would be fantastic. I have nightmares about someone like Cody Rhodes being able to get his hands on the Carnage Championship. The dude has been an exemplary champion, everything we could ask for in an inaugural champion, and what he's done to bring honor, prestige to the Carnage Championship, I believe is exactly what Cody Rhodes would leech out of it from day one if he were to win it.
Well, we shall see. Fans, get your tickets. Get your tickets as soon as you possibly can for 3WA. And like the professor said, come down early. Come down to the Quaker Town. You know, doors open at 6, but, you know, come down and, get something to eat and check out the nice shops in Quaker Town in the Q Mart and make your way down to the 3WA arena down there by gate 1 of the Q Mart. And a line starts to form around 5:30. Get in that line and get yourself in for $20. Bring the family, enjoy yourself, have a great night of wrestling. There are 8 matches already signed, and the biggest of that is the 3WA Resolution Rumble over the top rope battle royal. 2 men enter, and another man comes down every minute or two, and it's phenomenal. It's a great time. You never know who's coming through that curtain. You really don't. And when you do, more oftentimes than not, you're surprised. Oh my gosh, you don't know who it's going to be. Sure, you have some staples in the 3WA, but the fun thing about 3WA is people come through on their way. They're trying to get booked in different places, and people come through, and you just never know who's going to come through that curtain when Carolina Jim counts us down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and the whole fans get excited. Be part of that. It'll be so much fun. We're all there, 10, 9, 8. We get down to 3, 2, 1, and then somebody's music hits and somebody comes out of there, and it's always a happening. And over the top ropes. And this year, it's for the 3WA vacant Extreme Championship. Can't wait for that. It's going to be fun.
We've got a heavyweight title match, and we've got a tag team title match. All titles will be defended. We have a veritable parade of champions this Saturday night.
So remember, Cage and Hack Guy were on, and JCM, we put a video on. Well, JCM is now here in the comments. and he is saying right now, jumping in for right now for a bit, but Cody Rhodes still owes me a rematch. But I'm looking into kicking Cage's butt as well for February 2024. And I will not be there for the Rumble, unfortunately, due to family commitments, but I will return in February. So there, Cage doesn't have to worry about JCM this Saturday, but JCM will be back in February in 3WA. So that's confirmation right there that JCM had family emergency and will not be with us on Saturday.
Yeah. But I also noticed, too, he suggested that he might have some backup when he comes back in February.
Did he say that?
He did.
Oh, but I will return in February, and who knows, I may not be alone, or I may be alone, or I may have some backup. Interesting.
Intriguing.
I'm glad you caught that because I did not catch that initially. All right. So, and the last thing we have to mention here is this graphic here, which is much more of obviously top shelf Tyler Sims will be in action. He is the 3WA heavyweight champion. Wyndham James Winthrop III is always at every 3WA show, and God knows what dastardly deeds he has planned. Main event, Michael Mars is usually there too. Maybe some of these guys might be in the Rumble as well. You never know. And on this same exact graphic here, Professor, we have John West, who most 3WA fans will remember teamed up with Damon Dante when his partner was not able to show up to defend the tag team titles and successfully helped Dante keep the 3WA Tag Team Championship. So we might see some John West of RCW fame and other places. And John West he made a fantastic debut as Damon Dante's tag team partner.
He could be in the Revolution Rumble. He could walk in and in his second match become the Extreme Champion.
Don't let JT Cage hear you say that, Professor.
Well, I'm just saying that is a possibility.
It is a possibility. Anybody
he hasn't won anything until he wins.
Absolutely. And we will see.
Be $100 richer if they throw him over the top rope. Same.
Yes. Again, before we get out of here, Professor, I want to mention that on Saturday, April the 13th in Upper Southampton Recreational Center, get your tickets for this event. All proceeds benefit the Hebrew Association of the Deaf. It is sponsored by Goldstein's, Rosenberg's, Raphael Sachs Incorporated, and the 3WA. And the 3WA staples will be there. JT Cage alluded to it earlier that Southampton Recreational Center is not ready for that original family, but they're going to get it. And who knows? You most likely will see some of the staples of 3WA, probably Autumn Breeze, probably Roadblock, Chad McCoy. And again, these people that we're talking about, especially like Roadblock, Chad McCoy, who knows? You never know when Slayer might show up. I mean, could be entrance in the Royal Rumble, in the Resolution Rumble. But you got to be there to see it. You got to be there to see it live. And it's more exciting to be part of that crowd and count down. And the guy comes down and, you're not spending hundreds of dollars to go down to, I believe it's in Texas this year, and see the Royal Rumble. You're not spending hundreds of dollars. And then you got to fly down there and you got to stay at a hotel room right here in your backyard in Quakertown, PA. You have a Resolution Rumble that you can see, and a new champion will be crowned. Professor, you got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
It is going to be another fantastic show. 3WA has been going from strength to strength to strength over the last couple of years here. The Resolution Rumble becoming a new destination show. You do not want to miss it this year. You don't want to miss a minute of this action. The Resolution Rumble, a parade of champions, every title defended for $20. How do we keep giving all this away for $20 out? How does that happen? And this is worth at least twice that.
Yep.
And come on down to Quakertown. Come on down to the Q Mart. Walk through the shops. Make a day of it.
Right. Well, I got a message just now as you and I are about to go off the air here, from the heavyweight champion of the world of 3WA's world, I should say, the 3WA heavyweight champion, Top Shelf Tyler Sims says he's looking forward to Saturday. And if you think the past few months have been something for Top Shelf Tyler Sims, you ain't seen nothing yet.
The King Without a Country returns to the Q Mart. And what kind of foul move. I mean, let's face it, Tyler Sims has had probably the worst year of his life. Thanksgiving, staring at an empty chair.
Yep.
Christmas, staring at an empty chair.
Yep.
What kind of frame of mind is Tyler Sims going to be in?
And what about main event Michael Mars? Because at the end of the last show, Michael Mars came to his rescue, and it looked like that they were going to reconcile their differences there, but Michael Mars isn't ready for that yet. It didn't seem.
I know Tyler Sims has attempted to reach out. He has attempted to get a hold of main event Michael Mars. His calls have not been returned. His text messages have not been returned. We have to say, I mean, brothers fight, but that rupture was beyond personal. I'm not sure main event Michael Mars can forgive him.
Well, I can't disagree with that, Professor, but you and I are going to have the call this Saturday in Quakertown. Also, I'm sure while you're there this Saturday in Quakertown, you could probably reserve your seats for this event here in Upper Southampton Recreational Center one more time in Southampton, PA. All proceeds benefit the Hebrew Association for the Deaf. Great cause and a great event, great charity event for 3WA. They do those at least once a year that I know of. And they're going to start off 2024 with a bang in April, on Saturday, April the 13th. So if you come to Quakertown this Saturday, maybe you can reserve a seat for the Southampton event, big charity event there. And again, the stars of 3WA will be there, but you never know who 3WA is going to bring in, because always a lot of wrestlers like to do that. A lot of wrestlers like to do charity events. In this case, it's the Hebrew Association of the Deaf. And so wrestlers like to donate their time, come on in, put something together, and have a great wrestling event for everybody involved there in Southampton on April the 13th. For JT Cage and the Hat Guy and the Professor, I am Big Al. We hope to see all you guys this Saturday in Quakertown for the Resolution Rumble.
You think you know me?
Oh, yeah. If you smile.
Calculations are correct. When this baby hits 80.